guys, it's me, swimming Pothead, and today we're going to build a beautiful home for this beautiful family. I was inspired by the show Fosters in a way, but also I guess my own life in this build. I'm going to be making a specific kind of standard of living that is a family that has a lot of money but has used it for good, meaning they used it to adopt a beautiful family. I actually wanted to change one of the kids and have them be Asian because so far I think I wanted, at first I thought that they were one toddler and one actually I thought they were twin toddlers, but they actually happened to be one toddler and one kid. So I think I might end up making the kid Asian and having the toddler be African American or Mexican. I'm not really sure yet because I thought that I wanted to play the family that I had made of this younger woman who dates a pretty old man with money, and then we kind of like have her grow up and then blossom into this beautiful teenager, go through a lot of drama, and then start her own family. So like initially I wanted to make this whole game I wanted to make these houses and then kind of build the life around this one person in the world that I created. So I needed to decide which person I wanted to live vicariously through, because the way that I'm going to play is I'm only going to play one person of the family, which will be the toddler. I know it is going to be difficult, but it will work. I don't know if I want to first play the whole entire family and then have her grow up and then just play her, but I feel like it would be cool because it's like real life. It's like you're going through life as yourself through other people. And like, yeah, it's going to be hard to, nourish yourself and like make sure that she doesn't get taken away, but I feel like it'll work out, and it would be cool to have a sibling because I want her to bond with her sibling, but if they don't have compatible traits, maybe it won't work out. But so far I think that it's promising, and then she'll have nieces and nephews, and then they'll have cousins, and it'll be really cute. And I made it so that her parents are like the kindest human beings on earth. Like, they're family oriented, they're like very nurture, nature, like beautiful people, and like they're just so generous, and they like consider these kids their own. They adopted them when they were toddlers, and like now the daughter has grown up and they adopted another toddler. Sorry if I'm sniffling. I just got back from Long Island, my hometown, and I went in the ocean for the first time this year. It was very cold, but I went in feeling like completely bloated. I had eaten like a pig. I went to this pig roast. It was really good. I was scared to go because it was like a bunch of 60-year-old people, Woodstock, they're all smoking weed, having a good time, and I'm kind of just sitting there like, not my crowd. Like, what do I do for literally 7 hours with no signal, no Wi-Fi? You're just literally sitting there. But it was actually a really good time. I ate a lot of good food. Usually they have a pig, so that's initially why I went, because I was like, I don't know how I feel about being alone in the wilderness with people that I can't even talk to. But I'll do it because of the roasted pig that literally one of my friends still talks about to this day after having gone 2 years ago. Like, this pig has changed everyone's life. Like, I think that's why everyone comes back. Like, also the free booze, but that's a close second. My dad and his friend, who's like always stoned. And this other guy who've been friends for years snuck to the food before everyone else and just started like munching like crazy, and it was the funniest thing ever because I was like, I don't think we can eat yet, and they're just like all being super sneaky, pulling out the meat from underside the tin foil and just like sitting around like no big deal. Yeah, they're pretty much squad goals. So for this patio, I was kind of inspired by like an outdoor/indoor thing that people have, like a screen kind of like walls, where you can get kind of like the natural lighting, but the bugs kind of like stay out. And like it's still considered the outside, and like, you know, I've been watching the show Queer Eye, and I've kind of been inspired by that. And I almost thought that maybe I wanted to do a Queer Eye sequence where it's like literally like a person who needs a complete makeover, they need a complete house makeover, they need a complete personality makeover, and then in the end, they're just one bomb of a person. Yeah, so at first I was having a little bit of difficulty. As you can see, my face is like literally, as the stream is going on, you can see the stream of sweat go down my face. That's right, I use the word stream in 2 different ways. And it was really hot in my room. So I apologize for like my disgustingness. I think I need to rethink the whole situation about live streaming and then voice-overing and then just watching me struggle and make these videos. Is kind of embarrassing. And I couldn't, like, at first I was like, why is the screen so dark? Like, why don't I see any of the light of outside? And it was because there was a roof problem that you see me fix that. But like, the thing about this is that I don't really edit out all the mistakes, and so you just see me kind of just like, I mean, would you rather me cut that part out? I feel like part of the journey of this is seeing me screw up. So as you can see on the bottom right, there's like a little chat box that's for my live twitching, and somebody was there watching me do this whole thing at like 3 a.m. Props to you. Her name's Desiree Sims. Shout out to her. We actually ended up talking a little bit, and she sent me over her she had me look for her Sims in the gallery, and I actually edited, gave them some makeovers. I actually gave only one of the makeovers. I wish I could do 3, but it was like 6 a.m. and I was like really tired, and then I had to go to the pig roast. So yeah, that was actually really cool, and I wish I could actually do that again, like have people recommend Sims that I can like make over, because 2 of my favorite things is giving makeovers, like dressing up the Sims and designing the house. So yeah, see here the lights are there, but I'm like, why is it still dark? And then see, I figure it out right here. So yeah, and then I got back from Long Island just like a few days ago, and I went in the ocean. Okay, so I was bloated, and I had eaten all this like extra pork, all this like rib. Well, I didn't get the pork. I got ribs, which I guess are pork. I got some good, what is it called? Brisket that is beef. They had chicken, duck, but I didn't want that for, like, I don't eat duck. Long story. But I ate like a freaking pig, and I've been on a diet recently. I've been eating only like basically protein with no salt, no nothing, and just having my carbs be like vegetables. And I lost like a progressive amount of weight. I lost 5 pounds, and I was so happy. And then all of a sudden, this pig roast threw me completely off. I was munching my ass away for the past like 5 days, drinking strawberry milk, doing stuff that I really should not have been doing. And now I'm back at my original weight, and it's just like, was that all for freaking nothing? The sad thing is that weight does not hold. It's just like a waste of your time, but it's just like, why do we do it? It's because we just like want to look good for that once. See, you can see the sweat rolling down my face. So yeah, I got back, and I went into the ocean, and I was so freaking cold. I was dying of cold, But for some reason, like, I didn't process the cold. Like, it was hitting me, but I had, like, run a bit because I haven't been, like, doing any exercise, and I was just like, I actually kind of want to do exercise right now because I feel so gross. And so I, like, jogged on the beach. I got kind of hot, and I was like, okay, I'm going in the ocean. So I go in and my skin is, like, kind of cold, and I don't really care, actually. It's, like, kind of, like, burning. And I'm just like, every time I go in the ocean, I'm cold. And every time I put my head under, it's fucking cold. But then once I do, I'm like a whole new person. I am rejuvenated. And every time, like, I was, like, pussying out, I was just like, okay, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to go in this water. So then I go in, I put my head in, and I'm, like, rejuvenated. My whole body is just glowing afterwards. Like, my whole face, like, a layer of that oil, a layer of my face just disappeared, and it was, like, completely clean, cleansed. My body was cleansed. My bloat was gone. I felt good. And I was just like, this summer, I'm literally going to work from 9 to 3, go to the gym, do my workout, do my cardio, and then just go to the beach for the sunset, go in the ocean. And I think that this would be, and then at night I'm obviously going to sim. And that's going to be my day. It sounds a little tiring, but, like, sometimes you just sleep better because you're going in the ocean, you're doing things, you're working, and it's just, like, you get that good night's sleep that I just don't get when I'm not doing anything, and I'm just, like, simming all day, or if I'm just, like, sitting on the couch watching TV. Sorry you had to watch me struggle make that living room. I was really, like, trying to decide where this couch should be because nobody wants, like, a giant freaking living room when you open the front door. So as you can see, they're very classy. They're not too overly classy, but they're definitely classy. They have money, but they just want, like, a healthy, like, cozy home. Wait till you see their bedroom. It's a little extra, but yeah, they like to have their friends over and flaunt their kids around. Clearly, I'm not just saying this because, like, this is how I think their life would be. It's kind of like how I experience it when they're just, like, a random, like, kind of wealthy people, white wealthy people, and they're just kind of looking at you like you're either trophy items or you're like, why are you here? And I'm like, I live here. You're in my house. And it's just a very, like, uncomfortable situation, and I don't know, I feel like I'm not gonna give my Sims a perfect life. Like, this is, like, and it's not, like, a biased direction that I'm going in. It could be just, like, they grow up super happy or they grow up super sad, but I'm kind of curious. Like, I treat the Sims kind of like a social experiment, and I kind of just want to see how they turn out. I'm going to go see the book club movie tonight for the second time. It was really good. I was crying the whole time. It's a really sweet movie. I really recommend it. It's a little bit for an older crowd, but the whole message just makes sense that, like, you're never too old to feel things and experience things, and it's all about allowing yourself to continue to have fun and be happy and be in love, and I just love it. And I read this, like, really sweet thing on Humans of New York about how, like, old people after, like, maybe 40 years old, they just kind of, like, become unimportant. People don't think they're really worthy of, like, look at them, they're just, like, waiting outside for the house to be finished. But yeah, and, like, I don't know, the whole, like, aging community really are seen as lesser as, like, the youth, and, like, how youth is just like, it's our turn now to change, but I'm like, we're all, like, living beings. We're all in different stages of our lives, but, like, we are still all very equally alive, and we're important, and we need to remember that. Sorry, I'm going into this inspirational speech or whatever. Like, I don't mean to sound like a preacher. I kind of did that enough this weekend. But yeah, I really recommend that movie. I just came back from seeing Ocean's 8 with Sandra Bullock and all of those, Rihanna and all those people, women, strong women. And it was a really good movie. I was very engaged the whole time. Like, my dad was a little stressed out from working, and I wanted to go see a movie with him to de-stress him, and he said that there wasn't 1 second where he wasn't thinking about work, which is amazing because that's exactly what I wanted. He was completely engaged, and I was too, for that matter. Yeah, it's just like everything was planned out, and then that was just like two things. One, I very much wanted to steal after that. Like, you know, it all worked out, and these people are so good at just like being so sneaky and so intelligent about it that it was kind of inspiring me, for also a sim sequence of like having a Met Gala. I think that would be really cool, and having like the sim celebrities all get dressed up in their like gowns and stuff like that, and they could just go to the like one of the museums, and it could be like tables would be set up, and there would be paparazzi, and they would all be like posing. I just think that would be so cool. I was thinking about adding real life celebrities to the game, so like having a Justin Bieber. Oh, I'm definitely gonna make a Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Beyonce, and then like have them live in the richest neighborhoods. And then like if I were going, you know, to the club or something, and it's like, oh hey, Kanye, didn't see you there, and then it's like, I want to take a photo with you, and then it's like, how many celebrities can you spot? And then it's maybe gonna be like one of those Instagrams where people like meet all those celebrities and then like take selfies with them. That would be so funny. But at the same time, it would be kind of cool to see like, you know, new celebrities that I created, and then like be excited about seeing them and seeing how many you can spot. So for this room, I was inspired by my own kind of childhood bedroom that I actually still live in. Yeah, I have like the bunk beds that I slept in with my sisters as a kid. But yeah, I thought it would be cute if they like shared a room. I think like it's important to have siblings and like, you know, have play pals and stuff like that. I think it really helps people develop and not like feel lonely, and like develop social skills, how to live with other people. Like when you go to university, like people who have only lived with one person like for their whole lives, like not someone like around their age living with people, it's really hard to share space with somebody. And I think it's important for your values to just like know how to like share, put others' needs before your own. It's also good for like developing a sort of creativity, you know what I mean, and learning how to consider other people's feelings before you undergo your actions. I'm not going to go too much into my idea of a perfect nuclear family, but I can try. So for this room, the parents' room, I wanted it to be like the most fancy, like they're most in their own atmosphere when they're actually, you know, more fancy, classy, elegant. The kids may not be very much like that, like they're not spoiled, but these people definitely know and have good taste. So I wanted to have like a little desk area for the mom and dad. I haven't really decided what their jobs were gonna be. Either I wanted the woman to kind of, you know, have a job and support the family and like be the very successful one, but I was also like, maybe the dad also has a successful job, you know, equals and everything. But I was thinking maybe I wanted the dad to be like university teacher for an important nearby college, and the mom to be like a doctor. But I wanted one of them to be like a charity fundraiser, like very good at like organizing like charity events. So I didn't know which person would be good for that, or if they wanted to work together in their own organization, that would be really cool too, actually. I wanted her to have her own makeup area, because I feel like that's what kind of like bougie people have, their own like little makeup table, which is like actually really useful. I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of want one too. So I decided that I wanted to have like a pretty big closet space too for her. but it was just like, how do I fit all of this in one room? And I was like, what kind of wallpaper do people like this have, you know? Like, I thought that the one that I chose was kind of like Renaissance-y, like that I would see at maybe a castle from like the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s, I don't know. Also chose a rug that had like a very weird pattern, and I was like, maybe the floor pattern and the wall pattern together actually works because they're fancy. And then it just reminded me too much of the lobby in my apartment. I was like, no, this isn't working, it's giving me a headache, imagine living here. And I was like, I don't want to do that to this poor family. So I decided to instead put like a wooden floor. I have like a weird thing for wooden floors. I feel like it's just as classy as having like a carpet. The hardest thing is I don't know what those tables are called for like underneath the window that like kind of like sets the plants on it, and you can put like little photographs. I wish that it allowed you to put like fake photographs, I guess, of like your family. I wish I could do that, but instead I like have like random paintings. Paintings are one of the hardest things I have, because I'm like, I don't really know like what kind of paintings people like to have in their room and like what they have on the walls. Like, I feel like if I could have just like paintings everywhere, but some people are very specific about what kind of space they want it to take up and like what they want it to be. So I was like, oh, this painting looks kind of good with this area of the house and like color scheme stuff, but that fireplace was like the cherry on top to this house. So I've been meaning to use this this shelf with all the photos on it for like the longest time. I was like, this is so cool, but I need to use it for a family oriented house, so why not create it in Birmingham Bay or whatever you call it, with this beautiful foster family that I had in my mind, and finally be able to use it. So I'm happy. It takes up a good amount of space. It's not awkward. It's like a bookshelf, but it's also, you know, that kind of kid thing that you obviously have to have like toys and stuff too. Like, you're never gonna have a clean place in your house again. Like, everything's kind of just their play area. Speaking of play area, I finally was able to use the toddler stuff, which I never got. And when I did, I never used it. I got this Amazon gift card from one of my friends, and since like packs have been coming out, I kind of just like didn't get them because I was like, oh, you know, I'm not sure I want this one, because like there are literally no stuff packs where I'm like, yes, I want this. So I'm just like, this shit is so random. Anyway, so this is how the outdoor kind of looked, and I had like a little gardening area. I recently started growing this potato that my friend gave me because, well, he didn't really give it to me. I found it in his trash can, and I was like, this is sprouting, like, this could be another potato. And he was just like, you're so weird, Lena, like, just let me throw it away. And I was just like, no, because that's murder. So maybe that's a little of a stretch, but I was just like, it has so much potential. It's a life. Like, and he's like, no, it's gonna die. And I'm like, no, it's not. You need to give it a chance. So I was like, I'm gonna leave it by my window and let's watch it grow some more. And he's like, you need to plant it. Can't see sunlight. Da 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 da. It needs water. It needs earth. And I was just like, you know what? They look perfectly fine to me. They have like that green sprout on it. It's fine. So I just threw it in my yard when I came back from college, and I kind of like watched it grow. I put a piece of moss on one of them because I was like, oh, like maybe it does need to be like hidden from the sun, kind of like underwater, but I want to see if the sprouts start digging the floor, so into the ground. So I did, and I had two of them. One of them I put on a moss, and the other one was like somewhere else. Like, they were pretty close to each other. And then today, like recently, I found out that there was like a little crater, and I was like looking for my other one, because one of my potatoes was growing like beautifully. Like it was sprouting maybe 4 inches, 5 inches already, like upward, and it looks like it's gonna become a potato, even though everyone kind of says like it's not gonna survive. But so far it looks very healthy. And then I see a crater next to it, and I'm like, what happened to my other potato? And I'm pretty sure my dad's friend, the gardener, like friend, I don't know, the person who my dad's friends with, who also gardens for us, ripped it out of the ground. And I was so upset. And I was like, I really hope an animal didn't eat this, but I don't think it does because animals know what to eat, what's going to poison them. But like, it was very poisonous. Anyways, this is my time to go. Thanks for watching my speed build. And I hope that you liked it. Let me know in the comments below, or like comment on my Instagram. But yeah, here's a little bit of the music, live music that they played at the pig roast. Enjoy, and here are the screenshots and how it turned out. Keep on simming. Bye.